Hello guys, and welcome to another video. I'm doing a series of videos pretty much covering the FX 4100 from AMD. I'm doing dual-core 4-thread gaming for 2020 and basically checking out what kind of performance we get in various games running this CPU. You can see here we're going to be running at full screen, 1080p. I have things like motion blur and whatnot turned off. We're running the auto graphics quality, which boils down to pretty much being medium, which I was surprised. I thought it was going to go for low. I ran the game in low, and it does average about 10 to 15 frames per second more, but it still hammers the CPU at 100% no matter what you're doing. You get less GPU usage on low. So see here in the beginning of the round, we're going to stay at 100% on all four threads, and the 1050 Ti is going to stay up there close to its 98-99%, except for when the CPU really hitches up. But you'll see later on in a round that when we get more people congested and a lot more going on in one place, those 65 and 60 FPS are pretty much going to drop down into like the 45 to 55. You'll see just every now and then those threads will drop down under 100%, but it's really rare. They pretty much just stay up there the whole time. And I could not get MSI Afterburner with this CPU to show the clock speed. I don't know if that's just something that's common, that you couldn't do that anyway, or if it's something I'm having trouble figuring out. But this CPU, especially when sitting at 100%, will run at 3.6 gigahertz pretty much just full on the whole time. You'll see here pretty soon too, when I start to kind of roll around and move around faster, we'll get some hitches and some hiccups. There's really not much room, any overhead room in here to do much. But you can play the game really well in medium or low with an FX 4100, or I'm sure a similar dual-core 4-thread processor. I know AMD likes to call this a 4-core processor, but it is, for all intents and purposes, a dual-core processor with 4 threads. And if you go into Task Manager in Windows and take a look, it will show up as a dual-core chip. So you can see here now, as we're getting a lot more people closer together and a bit more going on, we're dropping down in between the 30s and the 50s. So much different from what we were getting in the beginning of the round. And you'll see the 1050 Ti is going to be dropping below its 99 and 98% because the CPU is just so busy. There's no way it can feed it enough information fast enough. That's why there's no point in me really putting anything more powerful than a 1050 Ti in here for these series of videos. It's more about what the CPU is doing with these games. Starting us off here in 2020, what we're able to pull off with this chip. And you'll see here too, when I run around with this guy and start trying to get a couple of kills and it gets a little chaotic, it's gonna dip down a little bit on us too. Yeah, you see there when all of a sudden I have to turn around and do something, and you're gonna come down, you're gonna hit that 38. I don't think I've seen it go under 38 out in a battle, but you definitely feel that when you get that big dip down to 38 and then it shoots back up to the 50s. So you can see as we were back here a little bit closer to the default location, we weren't near as many other players. So we were hitting back into those 60s again and at 99% usage. But as soon as we get close again, that'll all start to get thrown off again. Alright, so I'm going to hop out of here for now. There's about 3 minutes left. It's a pretty cool sniper run here. If you want to hang out and watch, I just wound up getting lucky and having a pretty cool sniper run right here. But I'll jump back in and catch you at the end of the video.
Republic is taking command post Orex.
Boss has been hired to hunt for us.
Orex has been lost.
Jedi Master Yoda has been spotted.
Grenade, armed. Trooper down.
Thanks a lot for coming and checking out the benchmarking video for Battlefront 2 on the AMD FX 4100, part of a series of videos I'll be putting out for dual-core 4-thread gaming. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and feel free to leave a comment below. Again, thanks a lot for coming and checking out the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Here to strike fear into enemy.